Hello, good morning. And this is DeRu again. And I feel and people responded to me, a couple of people from China and from New York and from Princeton. And they called me, they see, they listen to my show. And then they say one of the young man, he's 78. He say, meditation makes his back feel better. That's a good thing. And normally, normally I do something else. But when he listens to me, he say his back is slowly, and get a little bit more straight. I think that's a good thing. And a couple others begin to see. They like the last one because I speak a little bit slower. Some people respond to me. I think I'm going to listen to everybody, to do the best I can, to not only to improve what I convey to people, so that people can understand more and get the simplest form. But everything I do, and I do want people to give me some response. And today, now I'm going to also bring Liu Feng in. And as you know, Liu Feng is a very theoretical person. He's a very intelligent, and he's not just one of the best, most famous speakers in China, but he has a lot of things to offer here in the United States. He currently lives in Boston. We're going to bring him in later today. All right, let's do some meditation. I want to see everybody come down to get ourselves taken care of, to get ourselves come down, and treat ourselves and each cell as a person, as a body, as a friend, so that it really take care of each cell. Each cell feel the love, feel the caring, and then each cell will really produce the best efficient energy and to do the best for your whole community of that human. All right, let's do a little bit of breathing slowly. At the beginning, you may follow the music. Listen to the sound. Let your energy flow without a bell. Let your energy vibration in synchronization with the sound of that bell. Let your breath in synchronization with the sound of the bell. So the sound of the bell, your breath, your vibration of that energy frequency together in synchronization, in harmony. With that harmony, with that synchronization, you'll find some peace, some calmness, some serenity, and you will see more and more communication within. Breathe in as long as you can with the bell. Breathe slow as you can with the sound of that bell. The sound of the bell is a natural vibration. It's a natural atom jumping, leaping, wiggling. The sound of the bell is representing the pure signals of each atom together in synchronization, in harmonious frequency, vibration. Make sure your tongue is connected to the upper heart palate. As you breathe, as you listen to yourself in synchronization with the vibration of the sound of that bell, you enter into totally different rhythm, different realm of the inner universe. From the five sensories that I feel, that I smell of yourself, that I sound of your vibration, that relaxation, and go deeper and deeper beyond that five sensories, deeper and deeper into your heart rhythm, into your mind, into the inner being. as your body becomes more relaxed, as you become more and more aware of that integrated entire body and mind. You make it deeper, enter deeper into your conscious, your inner conscious being. Breathe deeply. And calm. While feeling that calm, harmonious vibration with the nature, with the universe, with your inner being and outer being. Breathe deeply. Gradually raise your hands up to the sky. Embrace the sun, embrace the air, Bless the sky and earth. Okay, let me know if you have any breathing issues, any issues get into the serenity, any issues get into the emptiness, any issues get into the rhythm and the vibration, the frequency, vibration, harmonious with the nature and with yourself, with that inner being. Okay, let's bring Liu Feng in and see what he is going to offer us today. Thank you. Professor Liu Feng, please.
Hi, Master DeRu. Good morning, everybody. Tomorrow we will talk about the energy field and how we can control the energy and inside in the high dimension to control, to build up the energy field, energy frame, and projection to the outer 3 dimensions to make the things heighten. So there is a very important thing is in the everything in the 3 dimension, everything is heightened. Everything have the relationship. There's a one reason. The basic reason is energy. The call with frequency, call frequency resonance. That means is the same frequency is very important. It's a different frequency energy wave. It cannot connection because only the same frequency, the energy wave, can make the vibration together. So that everything that things can heighten and can link. So we have to clear all the inside the signal the pure, because if the in the anytime the people the inside the and outside the signal is too much the noise. It's a very large, very more the different frequency energy is around us. So when we need one thing to happen, to appear, we have to clear all the noise. So that is important. The signal to noise ratio is very important. How we can clear the signal, the only one, keep in our inside. That is the meditation. It's a very good method. So in that time, we clear every noise signal in our inside. We block the signal from outside to bother us. So we can very clean inside to careful. So that in that time, we make everything. Every intention can to have the same frequency to have the same vibration with we need the same the high tech. So that is very important from the meditation to get that. But this is very difficult because in 3 dimension we are build up a lot of mass energy waves in our around us. Like everything every day we face the conflict, the things, conflict, the information. That is that all is the noise for us. So if we want to build up the things, appear the good things to heighten, we have to purify our mind first. That is very important. So in the first time the DeRu built up the very pure energy field, help us to lead us to purify our inside the energy field. So in that time, we can get the information from inside. We can concentrate on one information, and when we concentrate in the one information, that can vibration with the whole field energy have the vibration co-frequency vibration. There is can appear the same, the heighten. In the east and the west, the time-space view is different. In the eastern time space view is come from n dimension, and zero dimension is a whole universe. But right now, the most people in the west time space view is come from 3 dimension. It's based on 3 dimension, the 3 dimension space to build up everything. So it's hard to into the higher dimension. But in the is the time space field is a whole universal field. So it's easier into the higher dimension to go to into the resource the field, because a different dimension relate is a projection. One dimension is come from 2 dimension. One dimension is projection from the 2 dimension. 2 dimension is projection from 3 dimension. Higher dimension is the source. The lower dimension is the image. So we have to into the higher dimension. We can change the higher dimension energy frame, so we can get the lower dimension the image to appear. So how we can get into the higher dimension? That is very important. It's like meditation. The higher dimension is a consciousness space. It's everybody's inside. So we have to go to our inside. We can into the higher dimension. That is a very different the view with of the 3 dimension. In the 3 dimension, the people build up everything. It's very, 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 very small in the n dimension, the whole universe. But when we just live in the 3 dimensions, we just know the very, very limited universe information system. So when we open the mind and come from the integrated universe system, so in that system we can we time this wheel will large to the that is the largest time wheel. This is the n dimension, and in go to infinity. In that point of view, we can know all the all the high dimension information, how to work, and how to build up the higher dimension energy field, stream, and to project to the 3 dimension. That's all.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, this is what he tried to convey, is that everything needs energy. The energy field is very, very vital. When you talk about the energy field, you have low energy field, you have a high dimensional energy field. So you have a 3-dimensional energy field. That energy field is full of chaos, various signals, various massive signals, spam signals that can cloud our mind. So number one thing, if we want to really change the messy situation, change the situation at the moment in time and space in our lives, we must go internally into the high frequency, high dimensional world, and from the internal being. And that internal being is through, one of them is the meditation. What is the meditation? Meditation is to purify the mind, to detach that emotions chaos, that thoughts chaos, that chaos of various signals from the variety of sources of the 3-dimensional world. And then you reach into the high dimensional world, into that original source of the energy, original source of the light, original source of that cosmic consciousness, so to speak, to connect that I call conscious matrix of the cosmos, and to that original light of that projection. When you rise above to the top, sort of like you a person, let's see that consciousness reach above. Okay, from the 3 dimension go up, or you go from up and down. You originally into that 3-dimensional world, and then or you into that 0-dimensional world. What he talk about, the 0-dimensional world is the dimension that covers everything from that origin, that entering point of the original light, or original space, original potentiality. That origin covers everything. That immensely macro, immensely big, immensely infinite, because it doesn't have any limit. So for the compare to the 3-dimensional world, which is immensely small, even though the Earth, we think it is so big, but the Earth like a dust, even in the galaxy. You go to a different galaxy, you see this galaxy, and you don't see the Earth. If you get into that galaxy, and you see there's so many planets, so many solar systems within that system of the solar system, and you have a tiny speck of dust. The dust is the Earth. So that means that 3-dimensional world of the Earth is very, very limited. So even though when you're on the ground you can see, you go to a space you see the earth is very, very tiny. But if you even rise above this earth and you go to the airplane, go higher and higher, and you will see the local area and see everything very clearly. So what he's talking about is if you go through higher dimensional world and to see lower dimensional world, and you will see everything is clear. If you download, if you connect, if you communicate and send information, accumulate the information, or receive the information from the up above in dimension, and then you begin to form that image. So that image is no longer from the three-dimensional image, the chaotic image, that messy image, that image is full of thoughts, full of emotions, full of doctrines, full of knowledges, full of the books. But this is totally different from the three-dimensional thoughts, the old ideas, old conceptualizations, old traditions, old cultures. Rather, it's from everything is brand new. It's a new discovery, the discovery that exists in the universe above three dimension. But that information form that image. That image is totally brand new image. That image, what we call creation. That image we call discovery. That image we call new field of invention. So, and we reinvent ourselves. We invent the earthly technology. We reinvent our inner being, our mind being. That means it's a totally new transmission of that energy field. So energy is very, very important to cultivate, to tap into the up energy. That up energy is infinite. What I say up energy is that energy comes from, not from fifth dimension or sixth dimension, but from one dimension, from zero dimension. That zero dimension covers everything and covers that integrated universe, covers the totality of the universe, covers everything that is there. And actually the universe is the universe that contains in the small universe, that is our universe. But it has everything, because we cannot uncover that intelligence, uncover that potentiality, because we have too many spams, too many junks, too many messy signals, too many emotions, too many thoughts in the three-dimensional world. And we are so clouded, so clustered by this messy information. That's why, and what he said is the idea of purification. So when we detach these thoughts, detach these emotions, detach these spams, and we purify ourselves, purify our soul, purify our mind, and so that we can communicate with the upper dimension. We can communicate with the original source. We can tap into that innermost consciousness in resonance with that consciousness matrix of that cosmos, with the universal original source of that projection into this holographic world of being. And then we can get a little bit more details, get a little bit more into the three-dimensional language later on as we go. Okay, and Professor Liu, thank you. Can you speak a little bit louder? Can you get a little bit closer to the microphone?
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Master Ru.
Okay.
Right now, we want to know how we can build up the whole system in the universe. There have the system. The name is the holographic universal system. The system we use the 4 sentence. Here I give a beauty simple. Here sutra. Heart sutra. Yeah, the heart sutra. That is a 4 sentence. The first sentence is initiate thought at infinity. Initiate thought at infinity. That means is observe everything with universal view. Position as the highest dimension from the original source. The heart or at infinity with the Tao. In the Chinese the culture, the Tao is the source of everything. In the second sentence is all simplified to sign function or sign base. That means the most simple of their common property of all existence is sign wave or sign function. Is everything the simplest exists is the sign wave. The third sentence is all presence is from superposition of projection. The superposition is the higher dimension, is the highest dimension, is n dimension, and approach the infinity. That means is all present in universe is a superposition of fine waves and projected to the different level. The fourth sentence, that is, as the original source, the zero contains holographic information. That means any point of space contains complete information at its relative relationship. So this four sentence build up the system for the whole universe. That is help us to know why we can control everything from our inside. So, thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, over here we talk about the universe. When I say universe, the universe of the micro and the universe of the macro. Usually, what we see from our naked eye, we see from the macroscopic view of the world, and even use our machines, technologies, telescopes, microscopic machines, we still see that macroscopic world, because all these within that three-dimensional realm, so to speak. However, if we really want to understand the inside of our being, the inside of a human being, the inside of each cell, the inside of the universe, from micro to macro, from the relativity to quantum level. We must get insight of that very being. That inside very being start from the simplest, or you can call auto simple, mind and heart principle. The mind and heart principle, which is to initiate the infinite potentiality beyond thinking, beyond thoughts, beyond three-dimensional world of knowledge. That is to open that meditation, to open that mind, to open that soul, to open that consciousness, to reach, to tap to the innermost consciousness of the very being. The innermost conscious very being is infinite because it is resonant with the original source, the original plane field, the original quantum field, original light of the universe. Over here, you see I use the different language, different words to explain the same thing. The old three-dimensional mechanical world of Darwin, of Newton, we can say it is obsolete, even though we build upon it. But that view is no longer valid from the way of thinking, from the way of looking into the inner world. Even today, quantum physicists begin to tap into the Eastern view of the world, Eastern view of the universe, Eastern view of that mysticism, what we call in the West. That view is spontaneous. That view is intuitive view. Instead of reasoning, instead of mechanical, instead of logical thinking, it is totally spontaneous. It is totally intuitive, conscious. You can say downloading. You can say intuitive connection. So that is the totally we call, or Professor Feng call, Professor Liu call, that initiation of that inner being, beyond thoughts, beyond ideas, beyond conceptualization, which is to tap into that infinite inner being. That inner being is to observe from top to the bottom. Sort of like you stand on top of the mountain, you will see the big view of the world. Imagine if you stand on the most minute origin of that source, beyond the Big Bang, so condensed that it covers everything of the universe. It is the most potential. It is the simplest, but the deepest mind of being. That is what Professor Feng calls the highest dimension, the absolute, dimension, the absolute, one point, the original entry of the universe. From that observation, from that original source, from that original light, from the original heart, from the original mind of that infinity, is totally with the Tao. What is Tao? Tao is Chinese way of thinking. Tao is covering that emptiness. Tao is the nothingness. The nothingness is the 0 point. The nothingness is that void. The nothingness is that greatest potential. That greatest potential is the potential of the cosmos. It is the potential of the universe. It is the potential of the original infinity. That is the Tao. Tao cannot be viewed, cannot be explained, cannot be used by words, cannot be explained by any words. When you use words to explain, you give that limitation. That's what we talk about. That Tao is the simplest way of the universe. It is that ultra simplicity. It is that Liu Feng called that a sine wave. The simplest wave covers everything. That sort of like an atom. Atom or molecule has the greatest potential. The atom comes in, can go out, can come in, can go out. The atom can exist sort of like a magic, for example. In terms of atom, in terms of molecule, let's say you have a professor, like Liu Feng, for example, and you visit Liu Feng in his house, and you will see Liu Feng standing in the ladder, but the ladder without the bottom, only one ladder on top, and then everything else below is empty. Oh my goodness, and you would see he's going to fall because it's empty. There's nothing support. But, and Liu Feng would say, oh, actually I have ladder. You just don't see. Because it's a ladder of potentiality. It's a ladder of empty space. But that empty space is full of potentiality. When he steps down from the top ladder, and you will see each step he step, and you will see the ladder appeared. That is we call the molecule and atom jump. And because of that jump, and then when you jump a different space, and you will see different ladder. And before you jump, before you step, and you see the all empty space. But the empty space is that potentiality. Empty space can make everything possible. So that is what we called the quantum leap, the quantum phenomenon, the quantum state. Also, that is the Tao view of the world, of the space and time, and without space and time, is a quantum state. And then we talk about that potential is totally connected with the potential of the universe, cosmos. Think about it. Dave is no longer Dave. Dave is a part of the universe, supported by universe, and Dave has everything of the universe. Dave is the integral part of the universe, the totality of the universe. That means Dave is part of the God. Dave is connected with the God. Dave is connected with the Supreme. Dave is connected with whole multi. Contains everything of the universe. Contains everything that God creates. Contains everything that a divine matrix contains. Your power is no longer the little tiny Dave power. Your power, your energy is connected with the universe, with the Supreme. And you no longer you. That little tiny you, but you are part of the Supreme. You are part of the divine. You are part of that original intelligence. How can that be? That almighty power. And then when you see that, you are connected. You're connected with that wholeness of that being. You're connected with the integral part of the holographic universe. You are the part of the origin projection. So that when you can get into that inner being, you can not only be part of it, you can also be the working force of that divine, be working force of that origin, because you do the work from the internal being, from the original source, from the original divine, from the original wholeness of the universe, and you contain the wholeness of the universe. And you are part of the integral, the infinite universe, infinite power, infinite space, infinite potentiality, infinite intelligence. How that be? Imagine and beyond. That infinity is you. Infinity is in everybody. But we do not see the problem is that we do not see that we become anxiety. We have anxiety, we have panic, we have fears, because we are blocked so much by the three-dimensional chaos, three-dimensional signals, three-dimensional thoughts, three-dimensional knowledges. That's why Mr. Liu Feng say, and Professor Liu Feng say, you must purify, detach yourself from all this chaos, from all these attachments, from all these chaotic signals. When you purify, when you detach all of this, and you become that responsible wholeness, become that intelligence, becomes that oneness of the universe, accountable, responsible, with infinite freedom, inner freedom of that being. Thank you, Professor Liu.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Master Ru. We have found the path that linking the diversified human wisdom system with a scientific context and make it as a protocol language. The premise is that you have to transcend the restricted definition of the science in using scientific logic. The wide recognition of scientific wording and logic would make such interpretation very effective to link diversify the wisdom system. Tao is transcending time and space. Every Dharma is the path to Tao. every man has a path of Tao. The only thing that blocks the manifestation of Tao is humans' recognition. Recognition's boundary. All observations are obstacle. So, your whole universe is created by your inner cognition. That is very important. So we have to into our insight to break the way inside cognition. So the mean is a recognition. We can link with the whole universal system. Thank you.
Okay, good. What you see is actually today it is true. According to some of my friends in quantum physics, like John Hacklin, like David Bohm, a lot of scientists begin to realize that actually the Eastern thinking and then the quantum physics become emerged. And from a scientific point to explain the Eastern thinking, from the Eastern thinking and to explain the quantum physics, and then they become emerged together, and to explain the human phenomenon, to explain the universal phenomenon, to explain the consciousness, to explain the deepest mind of our being, to explain the inner consciousness, and then the cosmic consciousness of that being. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. In 2009, the membership organization Docs for Patient Care was founded. People all around the country wanted to participate in the efforts of this group, and they wanted to join, but they were unable to do so unless they were physicians. It's for this reason that the Docs for Patient Care Foundation was created. Now, everyone can join the fight and become a member of an organization created by doctors for patients, dedicated to fighting for your healthcare freedom